Hi folks, I'm going to do my video on the final 9 of The Masked Singer. I started filming my one on the final 10 of The Masked Singer on Monday, I believe it was, and I really wanted to do that before they did the finale, I can't think of what they called it. Anyway, before they eliminated another person from Group A, I really wanted to do it so I could put my guesses out there for who those people were. And now they're down to 9 people. So, I will say this much, spoiler alert, I will tell at the end of this video who was eliminated also from episode 7, I believe it was, of The Masked Singer Season 4. I did not take notes on it. I watched it at the hotel before my brother-in-law's funeral yesterday, so I did not have a chance to take notes on it, but I will tell who got eliminated and what my thoughts were on who they were and why I was thinking that. So, and I want to remind people, I don't recall the judges guessing anyone along this line, and I haven't watched all of Joey Fantino's guesses as to who people are yet, because a lot of times it makes me go, well, he's really good at guessing, so maybe that is who it is, you know, and I want to guess who I think the people are, the characters are. But we still have the Olympic gold medalist to go. The Olympic gold medalist has not been revealed yet, so none of the judges that I can recall are guessing that any of the people are anyone that is an Olympic gold medalist. So I'm going, okay. And I know in the past that they have guessed Michael Phelps a lot for whenever there's someone out there that they think might be an athlete. So I have some thoughts on who I think might be the Olympic gold medalist and why I think that. Now, I will say there's one female character that I'm thinking that about, and then there are 2 potential male characters that I'm also thinking that about. So, and I was thinking it, never mind, I'm not going to say that right now, because I said I'm going to tell you who got revealed on episode 7. If you haven't already seen episode 7 of season 4 of The Masked Singer, I'm going to tell that at the end of this video, so I'm not going to go ahead and say what I started to say. Okay, so given that, who we were left with before episode 7. I should really change where I'm parked at because there's a big shadow on me. But anyway, but okay, so before episode 7, we were left with 3 from Group A, 4 from Group B, and 3 from Group C. And they're narrowing it now to a final 6. And I told my youngest son, I was like, well, I wish I would have remembered that that was what they were going to do, because then I could have tried to do my final 6. And as you may recall, I guessed based on just the outfits, just the costumes, who I thought would be, started with the final 3 and went with the final 5 because I couldn't narrow it to 3. One of those 5 so far has been eliminated, which was Baby Alien. So, could turn out that all of my 5 turn out to be in the top 6, which would be pretty cool. But as far as guessing who the characters are, like who's behind the mask, I have not got any right this season so far. But it's fun to guess. It's fun to guess, and it's really super fun to watch. So, the ones that were left in season 1, in Group A from this season before this past Wednesday's performances were Popcorn, Sun, and the Snow Owls, all of who are super, super great. And then from Group B, we have left Crocodile, who I keep trying to forget is still on there. I don't know why. He's a great performer. Don't want to forget Crocodile. He was the first one that I named in my top 3 that turned out to be a top 5. But yeah, Group B is still Crocodile, Seahorse, whatchamacallit, and Serpent. And I'm going to talk about who I think these people are and some of the clues pertaining to them and why I think they are who I think they are here in a minute. I still really need to watch some of the earlier episodes, but I haven't been able to do that because I had traveled out of state a couple of times. You know, so, and I'm a procrastinator too, largely. So yeah, when I should be doing stuff that I know I should be doing, a lot of times I do something else instead. that I maybe necessarily shouldn't be doing. Shouldn't necessarily be doing. Anyway, and in Group C, the characters that we have left, which were the ones that had just performed whenever I made my list, are Mushroom, Broccoli, and Jellyfish, all of whom I feel like are really, really super good also. So, I started my top 10 list, which is now more of a top 9 because one of those people got eliminated from Group A yesterday. And I'm like, I guess in Group B, they're going to eliminate 2 people because they're narrowing each group down to 2 people in these semifinals. So, or I guess the semifinals will be, they're narrowing them down to go on to the semifinals. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Anyway, so I started my list with Mushroom, and the stuff that I have for clues on Mushroom. Oh, and I did listen. I listened to Joey Cantina's, like, he was showing some of how he does the voice correct stuff on the characters and played part of the people's voices. So now some of my guesses are the same, basically, but they're kind of based on how those voices sounded, if that makes sense. So, for Mushroom, what I have written down is that he walks like a model. He said he's a fun guy, FNGI, fun guy. Said something about the rat race, turned a hobby into a career, and it showed a bunch of gardening stuff, which I still have not been able to connect to either of the people that I think he is. He said something about a broken road. I'm going, wait, is this the list I had? Yeah, this is my list for Mushroom. Okay, so he said something about a broken road, underground, we are all connected, get a hippie vibe or tree hugger vibe from him, or environmentalist. And he said something about Star Search, which I still haven't looked into. I was aiming to, but I haven't yet. He mentioned grinding, and of course they showed a hot dog cart. And I noted here that I thought, when I originally realized, oh wait, we haven't seen the Olympic gold medalist yet, I thought that possibly Mushroom could be the Olympic gold medalist because of the way that he moves, and it could be an ice skater, like Johnny Weir was on there, and he kind of had the same sort of walk, sort of. So I was like, well, it could be an ice skater, a male ice skater, and it could be the Olympic gold medalist. And then I decided that Mushroom was probably Adam Lambert because there were several Queen references. Seriously, I want to look and make sure that this is the notes that I made for this for him. Anyway, there was the Queen reference, and the thing he said about even a Porcini or Cornini can be a prom queenie. And I'm like, there seem to be several Queen references, so it could possibly be Adam Lambert, and the Star Search thing might actually be referring to American Idol, which would point to Adam Lambert. And part of the reason I need to go back and watch these episodes is because one of them said that there was a they attended a family reunion in 2014, and then it showed stuff about Atlanta. And I cannot remember for sure if that was Crocodile or Mushroom. I thought it was Mushroom, but I've seen other people say that it was Crocodile. And for a while I was thinking Crocodile might have been RuPaul, so I think that it may have been Crocodile. Because that was part of my connection to RuPaul is in 2014 there was a drag queen family reunion in Atlanta, so I was like, well, maybe, but if it's Crocodile, I mean, Crocodile could be RuPaul, don't get me wrong. But there's someone else that I think is Crocodile that doesn't agree with who pretty much everyone else thinks Crocodile is, because I think that clue is too obvious for him. But anyway, back to Mushroom. I try not to make these too long, and then I'll generally end up rambling because my dad was a truck driver and rambling runs in my family. Anyway, so yeah, I made the note, thought he might be the one that was the Olympic gold medalist, but then I was like, no, I'm pretty sure that he's either Adam Lambert or RuPaul. And he said that he's always been offbeat. He's never fit in. He was picked on for being different. They showed what I thought was black spiders on a lunch tray. I believe it was, almost called him Adam Thicke. I'm drawing a blank on your name. I'm so sorry. Robin Thicke. Robin Thicke said that they were black beetles, and I looked at them and I was like, I guess they do look more like beetles, actually. Which makes me think there's the Black Album by the Beatles. Ooh, it could be Paul McCartney. Anyhow. And then after that was when he said even a porcini or a cornini can be a prom queenie, which really made me think of RuPaul. And I've seen a lot of stuff on the internet that says that he said even a porcini or a cremini can be a prom queenie, and a porcini is a type of mushroom. A cremini is a dish that's made with mushrooms, but I saw the episode and I've seen it a couple of times since then, and I'm pretty much certain that he says a cornini, and cornini is an Italian fashion designer. So he could possibly be a fashion designer now that I think about it too, because he's got that walk. He's got a model walk, But so he also said that he has unique gifts. He has always felt like an outcast. And when they showed his special item, it was like a Jell-O brain. And he said the mind is a terrible thing to waste. And then clues that I didn't really pick up on that some of the judges mentioned. There was orange juice, which might or might not have been Tang. On the one he said, or they showed a queen bee. And, that was reference, things that I made about the porcini and cornini thing. But anyway, some of my thoughts on it are, like, the queen bee thing, when they originally mentioned it, had me going, well, yeah, this is most likely Adam Lambert, because there's a couple of different mentions of Queen stuff, and he sings with Queen. But then I'm like, wait, okay. He has said that he was always picked on. He felt like an outcast. He felt like he was different. But we all know that RuPaul also fits that persona. Like, he was one of the original drag queens, so that he went through a whole lot of stuff. And the queen bee part, as I think about it, him being one of the original drag queens, that would make him like the queen bee. You see what I'm saying? And even a pornini or cornini can be a prom queenie. After he said it, he kind of went, which is a RuPaul laugh, for one thing. So I am going back to RuPaul on this, even though I still possibly believe that it could be Adam Lambert. I feel like it's someone who's older, and the environmentalist type stuff has me going toward RuPaul. Though, as I said, we may end up finding out that this is our gold medal Olympian after I thought about it. Though I don't really know what these clues, aside from the unique gifts one, would maybe have to do with the gold medalist. And then the next one I wanted to talk about was broccoli. Now, the third time when I was at my sister's house that I watched the episode, the second episode that had broccoli on it, as he was singing toward the end of the song, I kind of leaned my head to the side and closed my eyes, and I totally got Sylvester Stallone's voice. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, he sounds exactly like Sylvester Stallone. Then my sister pointed out that she feels like the talking, like even though they speed up and slightly slow down in spots, the talking of the characters, she feels like the talking for broccoli is just too fast for Sylvester Stallone, because Sylvester Stallone talks kind of slow most of the time. So yeah, I was like, yeah, you got a point there. But anyway, he said that he won a contest to be known, which I haven't had a chance to really look into that on anyone except for Jack Black, who I've decided it's not. But anyway, And it showed a Instagram or YouTube or something with 60 million likes. Oh, dude, I may be totally wrong on who this is again. Anyway, and things about comments, because it just occurred to me that it could totally be someone that is a YouTuber and they won a contest to get known on YouTube or something like that. But anyway, there was the car with the license plate that says LD1ESMN, which I have not been able to find hardly anything on at all. I was thinking maybe the MN stood for Minnesota, but I don't know. And it was on a yellow sports car that was in a car wash. He said it's going to be a kid rolling with the OGs, performing. He's been performing his passion on many stages. And there was mention of a swing. It showed a salad spinner. A lot of vegetable references also, which for a while had me thinking that he was the one that it said did gardening, but he's not. But anyway, there was the soap foam that had some eyes on top of it that were like in the bubbles. And he says, "Rock on," which always, as I said, makes me think of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures and Keanu Reeves, and I never can remember the other dude's name. He believes in being healthy. There were as Jenny called them, 3 men, but they were definitely 3 amigos. They were holding guitars and wearing sombreros. They are 3 amigos. And it said food fellas, like a pun on good fellas. And it also said Copa Banana, given the impression that he may have performed at the Copacabana, though he could have just hung out there. He referred to his boss as the Big Cheese. It showed a clock that said 6 a.m., or it settled on 6 a.m. There was an acoustic guitar. There was a Hawaiian pizza with, Canadian bacon and pineapple on it. I want to say they showed another pineapple in his hints also. He said he's classic. There was an anchor. And he said the combination to figuring out his identity is, and it's 3-7-2-6-5, which I think I may or may not have talked about those in connection to Martin Short, who is still who I'm basically thinking it is. But yeah, like I said, there was the Canadian bacon on the pizza. There was a roulette wheel the ball had landed on black 26. And on episode 6, he sang hello. I didn't write down what he sang on the other episode. It showed a lot of red cabbage. There were carrots. It showed the number 900. And okay, so those notes that I have are stuff that was about Martin Short. Anyway, my connections with the numbers to Martin Short are his birthday is 3/26/50. So that could be the 3, the 2, the 6, and the 5. He's 70 years old, which could be the 7 without the 0. And of course, as far as 3 goes, he was on 3 Amigos. He was on the Santa Claus 3. He also has 3 children. So the 5 could be him, his wife, and his children. He's one of 5 siblings, could also be the 5. His parents, him and his siblings make 7, which would be another thing for the 7. And he was also on Jungle to Jungle, which could be another, or in Jungle to Jungle, which could be another connection to the 2. He was in 6 Underground, which could be a connection for the 6. And like I said, he has 5 children. Or he has 5 children. His parents had 5 children. So I'm really, really strongly leaning toward Martin Short for this. However, with the numbers thing, the combination to his identity and the dashes, like at first, he was one of the ones I was thinking was probably the gold medal Olympian. And see, that's what I'm going, like, what does the LD1ESMN mean? And like I said, I thought maybe the MN was Minnesota, but I couldn't find that it was. And the only person that I could really connect the 1 to was Chevy Chase, who was also in 3 Amigos. So I still haven't had a lot of time to look into what those letters and that number mean. It's like if I type them into the search bar on my internet, I'm pretty sure it would just bring up The Masked Singer, and this was a clue for this person, you know. So I'm like, I tried to break it down and look into some of the stuff. And the D1ES kind of looks like dies, but I don't think that's what it's meant to, you know, to be. So I don't know. But I do think that broccoli is most likely Martin Short based on all of the clues. And as I said, I briefly thought that he might have been Jack Black because of the he won an award thing. I've got to take a drink. But this video might be fairly long unless I decide to split it into a couple of parts because of the, like do for the groups or something like that. So actually I might do that. I might end this one after I finish talking about jellyfish here, and then make one about group B and one about group C, and then at the end of the group C one talk about who was eliminated in episode 7 and who I thought they were, why I thought that, and whether or not I thought they might have been the gold medal Olympian also. I look really sleepy today for some reason. It might have been because I made a long drive back home yesterday, but I don't know. I slept quite a bit last night. Anyhow, jellyfish, the clues for her, it said that it showed a family of 4, and the dad was wearing glasses that have like black at the top and then open lenses. And I keep looking and going, those glasses look so familiar. And I just almost had the name of the person that they belong to. It's, the dude that's on, oh my gosh, Owen Wilson is on the movie Meet the Family. Meet the Parents. Not Robert De Niro, but the other guy wears those glasses that are black at the top. Anyway, maybe I'll come up with his name, and it might be his daughter, or it might be his daughter on one of the movies or something. I don't know, but yeah, I've been thinking about those glasses, and just all of a sudden I went, wait, it's that guy. He's like, I'm pretty sure he's Jewish. Yeah, I'm not going to think of his name. But anyway, it shows that family of 4 and those kinds of glasses. And her special item on the episode where they rubbed the genie thing was a tiger. And I don't know why. Oh yeah, okay. So I don't know why I have the glasses on here more than once. I don't. I just mentioned them whenever there was the family thing because it showed them more than once. I didn't realize originally when it showed the family of 4, the dad was wearing the glasses, and then like later on it shows the glasses again whenever she says something about her dad. So there are also several yoga mats. Well, I think there's like 2 people on yoga mats. There are X's and O's. She says her dad drove her to gigs actually what she says is my dad woke me up in the middle of the night to go gigging. My dad woke me up in the middle of the night to go gigging, and it shows a clock that's going around, and it stops around 3 a.m. I think it actually stops at like 3:15 or something like that. But it's not clear if those are her gigs or his gigs. But the fact to me that she said her dad woke her up to go gigging, I don't see him taking her out to his gigs unless he was a single dad. So I think he was waking her up to go to her gigs. And there was a ship with a thing next to it that said USS Big Bird, which I still have not got a chance to look into. She called him Daddy J, Papa J. She said she's super competitive. But her nerves got the best of her on episode 1. Not episode 1, the first episode she was in during her first performance, I guess is how she actually worded it. She said her parents put their careers on hold to help her reach her dreams. It showed a box of cereal. She's like, what is that doing here? And knocked it off the table. She's super close to her dad. There was a thing shown that said Instaclam. She talked about little fish. There was an underwater kingdom. She said she likes making friends. There was an angel fish with a halo, and I want to say there was also a halo down in the corner at one point. It showed baby powder, which makes me believe that she is a mom. There were fans on a wall is what one of the judges, I think it was Jenny, said, but I don't think they were fans. I think they were shells because it was under the wall, or under the water. Under the water, not under the wall. Her room was under the water, so I think they were shells, is what I'm trying to say. And of course there were bubbles because it was under the water. And on episode 6, she sang Crazy and did a crazy good job on it. I don't have written down what the song was that she sang in the other on the other episode that she was on, which I believe would have been episode 5. So, as you know, I had guessed Britney Spears for Jellyfish. She is a really, really good singer, Jellyfish is. She's relatively short. She's wearing shoes that are like platform shoes that have like a 3 or 4 inch heel in the back, and I'd say probably more like 2 in the front. But she, so she's fairly tall, but she doesn't look to me like she's a lot shorter than Nick is. But with Mouse turning out in the season she was on to be, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna remember her name now. Anyway, I feel like sometimes they mislead you on how tall they are, like completely altogether, because we thought Mouse was someone that was really short, and the person she was turned out to be like 5'7", which is not short. So anyway, I do feel like perhaps Jellyfish is Britney Spears. Britney has 2 kids with her ex-husband Kevin Federline. I don't know if Kevin wears glasses or not, and now I really want to go look and see who the guy is that I'm thinking of that's on Meet the Parents. You all know who I'm talking about. Not Robert De Niro, but the other dad. He's on a whole bunch of stuff, and he does often wear those black glasses that have the that's just glass at the bottom and the black frame up at the top. So someone had mentioned Kate Hudson. I'm trying to remember who the woman is that is on Meet the Parents right now, but I feel like Robert De Niro in the movie is her parents, and the other person is Owen Wilson's dad. So, but he might have a daughter in real life or on another movie, because like I said, he's been on a lot of stuff. So anyway, other reasons that I believe that she's Britney Spears. Britney did yoga. She was into Kabbalah. She studied Kabbalah. And her dad's name is Jamie, just like her sister's name is Jamie. And we all know Britney's pretty competitive, and we know that she's not performed in a while publicly, so she might have nerves that bother her. Now, the bowl of cereal, I was trying to remember, there was a really big singer back in like the 90s or 2000s that said that her favorite food to eat was cereal, like breakfast cereal, cold breakfast cereal, which was what was on there. So I was trying to remember if that was Britney Spears or if maybe that was someone else, and I couldn't remember. But I thought that I had written down more clues for her, but apparently I haven't. And more stuff about why I thought that it was possibly her. Oh yes, okay. The tiger that, you know, Nick rubbed the lamp and a tiger came out, and that was her special clue. Britney Spears did perform with a real tiger at the MTV Music Awards. So, in my opinion, that also lends to Jellyfish being Britney Spears. I could be right, I could be wrong. I'm going to tune off for now. Subscribe if you want, like my video, comment, tell me who you think these people are. If you think I'm wrong by a long shot, tell me you think I'm wrong by a long shot. Like I said, I've been 7 for 0 so far this season, so like I have not got one of them right that has been sent home, but I did know who all of them were. So I'm going to turn off for now. Later today I will make another video about Group B. See, this is Group C. I gotta keep this straight. Later today I will make another video about, oh, this works out great that I decided to do it this way. I'm going to make a video about Group B, and then either later today or tomorrow I will make my video about Group A, which was the group that performed on episode 7, and someone went home on that episode. So I will talk about who went home, who I thought they were, whether or not I thought they were the gold Olympian or not, and who they actually turned out to be. So everyone have a good whatever time of day or night it is in your part of the world. Stay safe and let those that you love know that you love and care about them. Have a good one.